art metals, I want to go over how to measure and pair a paper bead for creating a bead that has like this 2-bump motion to it. That's just the nickname I'm going to give this bead. So the directions in the first video that you watched, you were just getting like a bead that started to get smaller and smaller and build up 1 bump on it. But here, this is how I can create 2 bumps. So setting up your paper for this. So I'm going to just take this bead off because it is drying now. Set him aside. I'm going to be using a Sharpie. Totally use pencil, because if you mess up, then you can erase it. I'm only using Sharpie so that it shows up in the video here. So I have a piece of paper here, and at the top, I measured out from 0 to 4, because my paper is 4 inches across, and I put a dash at every whole inch. So 1, 2, 3. That's going to be the width of my bead. If I wanted it to be smaller, I would just do 1/2 inches. But I'm going to do full inches. After that, I just dragged my ruler down to make measurements at 1, 2, and 3, making sure I was lined up perfectly. Once I have that, I'm going to go from dash to dash. Once again, I'm using Sharpie so you can see. Definitely want to use pencil. I'm going to go dash to dash. And my last one. Shaboom. So now that I have 4 beads ready to go, I need to include a measurement where I'm going to make the V where it turns into this 2 separate edges. So this part you don't have to measure out, but if I wanted it to be a bigger bump, then I would put my measurement a little bit higher up. If I wanted to be pretty even, I would just put in the middle. So my paper here is 9 inches long. I'm just going to go probably somewhere around in 6. So it doesn't have to be perfect by any means. I'm going to line this up, and in between my bead, I'm going to put a dot at 1/2 inches. So in between 1 and 2, 1.5, between 2 and 3, 2.5, between 3 and 4, 3.5. From those dots, this is going to be the tricky part. I'm going to go from corner to dot, and I'm going to line that up. Corner to dot, line that up. So if I kind of blank out the other part of my paper here, this is 1 bead here. All of this space I'm going to cut out and remove. It's not going to be part of my bead, but I could totally use that space to create another bead. So let me just finish measuring these up. So from dot to corner, and it's going to look really confusing. Dot to corner. All right, let's speed this up. So you can keep these and make beads with these guys, or toss that. So now I have my paper cut and ready to go. I'm ready to turn this into a bead. So I'm going to use a toothpick. A Q-tip works just fine. A straw, a pencil, anything that has a round middle for you to roll the bead onto. So I'm going to start here by holding it up in the air. I'm not going to set it down onto the table because I'm kind of pinching it between my thumb and my pointer finger to start rolling this. Since I got a good start here, I'm going to take my glue, any kind of glue, just a little bit, a little bit more over there, so that that middle can hold nice and tight. I'm gonna keep rolling this. I'm going kind of slow because I want to make sure that the edges are staying lined up together, which I can tell they're going a little off, but you know what? Not every bead is perfect. So now that I'm here, what I'm going to do before I start twisting the two ends, because you do them at the same time, I'm going to apply a little bit more glue just so that spot is held. And then I'm twisting my 2 points at the same time, keeping them on their space so that they're building up. And beautiful. I've got two little guys left because I want that to be closed there. A little bit of glue. Totally gonna get glue on your fingers, but that's okay. I'm just gonna do one first and then the second one. Take that extra glue and just bump, close that up. So I've got my bead made here. If I don't want it to dry on the toothpick, I can pull that right off and my bead is nice and secure. So this is how you cut the paper and roll a bead that has 2 points to it, or 2 bumps.